Hey, what's up, everybody? How are you guys doing today? On this Wednesday evening. It's a bit uncommon for me to stream on Wednesdays, usually, anyway. Especially now that my schedule is kind of back to normal. Quote unquote normal. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day so far. That your 2025 is going well so far. I mean, for me, it's just I kind of really wish that going into the new year, like it would be like you're always kind of thinking it's going to be something like, something's going to happen, like something's going to feel different, right? But it really just life keeps going like it always has been, just like nothing really changes. So yeah. That's kind of how it is with me. It's just like, well, here's a new year. Just keep the ball rolling, Obviously, I do have some things that I would like to actually, accomplish this year, like what do you call that when you make like a board that just has all the things you want to do in basically the new year? What's that called? Oh god, I can't remember it off the top of my head, the name of it. Yeah, exactly, the way we perceive time is all man-made. Exactly, I was just gonna say that. It's like New Year's, what I'm trying to think of is like New Year's aspirations, like God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know, you guys can if you know what I'm talking about. But basically, yeah, like, one of those things, like a New Year's bucket list, I guess. I've got one of those going on. But yeah, it's really, again, just like when you go into a new year, you think things are going to be like, at least for me, like I feel like it's just, the way I perceive it is like something's going to be different, but it's just the same shit, same shit every day. I know, I'm not very positive about it, but I mean, that's just kind of how it is, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah. Anyway, let's enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. What I'm going to be doing today, by the way, is just more of what I was doing last time in the last stream, which is just farming for weapons. Yeah, which I was actually just doing that a little bit before the stream, but I was like, you know what, I want to do this on stream. I want to stream. I feel decent today somehow, because last night I went to bed really late, so I didn't really get a lot of sleep, but somehow I have this energy boost, probably from this coffee I've been drinking. I was like, might be fun to stream. Might be fun to stream this. It makes it a little bit more interesting for me. I mean, maybe, it's not maybe as interesting for you guys what I'm doing here, but at least it makes it more interesting for me, because doing this farming is just, it's not fun. It's not fun doing this. I really just want to I'm hoping to get this video done ASAP. Because the video itself, once I actually get these weapons, is gonna be fucking easy, dude. Like, it's gonna be... Yeah. It's just this part is so, like, tedious. GX, good to see you though, man. How have you been? You just got your shiny Mudkip today after about 9,700 resets. Damn, dude. That is insane. Oh my god, 9,700 resets. I don't know how people fucking do that, man. Shiny hunt like that. That's crazy. The amount of dedication you have to have. Sounds like. Man. What game is this on? Like, what Pokemon game? But yeah, once again, for those of you looking, you know, forward to me actually, like, you know, making progress in this playthrough, I hate to disappoint you. You know, I just I don't know, I'm just so hyper fixated on this goddamn video right now, and I don't really, again, I didn't really give myself a lot of leeway here because I'm already level 60, almost level 61, as you can see at the bottom there, and that means I only have 9 more. Was it like what? Yeah, 9 more levels. 8 more levels. So yeah, there's 69 levels. So I don't have a lot of leeway. I didn't really leave myself a lot of room to work with when it comes to doing this. And what I mean by that is, you know, me continuing on with like the quests and killing enemies. The more I do that, like the you know, the less of, you know, of a chance I have to actually make this video. And I want to actually be able to, you know, for this video, I want to be able to level up a decent amount. You know what I mean? Like, preferably the rest of my experience I need to gain to get to level 69, I'd like to do for this video. To be able to kind of prove my point about it, you know what I mean? I want to be able to show how quick of a method that it really is. And how good of a method it really is, you know? So, let's see, what was I doing? Oh yeah. Just gonna keep doing what I was doing last time, just going through Headstone Mine. I just, you know, I experimented a little bit more off stream. I was doing more vendor farming. I went to farm the developer chest, see if that would yield anything better, but really this is just the best farm. Ooh, triple shock rocket launcher, that might be good. I'm just really, you know, just hoping for a lucky drop, you know, getting like a Hellfire or something, or an Orion, which I know again, it's like a needle in a haystack. I said this last time. Fuck you, man. But I just, God, man, if I could get like a Hellfire especially, that would carry me so hard. I mean, I might just have to settle for what I have. I did pick up a couple more things just a little earlier off stream, but nothing crazy. A lot of purples. I've been getting a lot of purples, but nothing like, you know, that I find to be super helpful. Like, it'd be great to find like a really good Masher or Anarchy or something, but not really any legendaries today so far. I mean, I found like a Cyclops. I feel like I've been finding so many Cyclopses doing this farm. I don't know why. It's really random, but that's just how it's been. Then depending on how this goes, I mean, I might do a little bit of brains farming towards the end of the stream. Kind of like what I was going to do last time. Like, I might actually make a little bit of progress. I don't think that's going to boost my XP up too much. Because I know this isn't like, it's just not very exciting. Trust me, I get it. That's why I'm streaming this, because just having you guys to talk to makes this a lot more entertaining. Because this is fucking monotonous as fuck, dude. And this got me thinking about how, you know, Jolts would call his little dedicated drop farming to be like mini adventures, right? Mini adventures. I mean, really, all that separates this from dedicated drops farming is, instead of chests I'd be farming, it'd be like an enemy, you know, at the end of it that I have to kill. I mean, that, and of course the whole dedicated drop aspect of, like, you know, them dropping a specific weapon, but it's still, at the end of the day, the farm aspect, like the actual, like, point A to point B is fairly similar, and that you're just running through the same fucking area over and over again. And it just got me thinking about, like, how I just completely, you know, disagree with his whole mini adventure thing that he brought up before. You know, I feel like I brought it up before previously in another stream, but, like, just when he calls dedicated drop farming mini, like, he calls them mini adventures, right? That's what he calls them. And I don't know, man. Not saying that dedicated drop farming can't be enjoyable, because, you know, there's very much been times where it's been, like, fine, but it's like, I'd much rather be doing anything else, especially if I've already fucking done it. You know what I mean? That's why I enjoy this game and, you know, like the Armory and Crime Rack so much, is because it's just so much more interesting. Like, the actual farming aspect is way more fun to me. And of course, you know, this game has, you know, the whole loot system, the part system to kind of hold it up as well. Whereas Borderlands 2 doesn't really have that aspect. That's how, you know, it's part of how this game works. That's how it gets away with doing the, or just how, you know, it gets away with the lack of dedicated drops, you know. So again, I know it's a hot take. I know it's a hot take, what I'm saying here. But, like, really, for Borderlands 4, man, I would love for them to go back to something like this game. Just when it comes to, you know, obviously you'd have more content, though, right? You'd have more content, you'd have more things to farm. But it would be a world drop system with a, you know, a loot system, slash part system akin to this game. You know, with as much depth as this game has, in terms of that. Because again, the only thing that this game lacks, in my opinion, is just the content, right? Like, the Armory and Crime Racks are fun. It's just, that's all you really have. Unless you want to, you know, farm the gift shop or something. But if you want really the best of the best when it comes to loot, you know, obviously you're kind of stuck with Crime Racks and the Armory. Oh, come on. And also, what is with all the saviors I've been getting? I've just been noticing that doing this farm. But really, the reason why I bring up Jolts' thing, you know, oh my god, is that a Hellfire? Oh my god, it is, but it's 2.8 fire rate! Oh! Come on! Oh my god, dude, why? That might still be okay. I don't know. It should still maybe be effective? That, fuck! Oh, dude, that is so frustrating. That is frustrating as hell. That could have been that could have been it right there. I mean, a Hellfire, even with shitty fire rate, is still a Hellfire, but man, I don't know. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Fuck, that's frustrating. Anyway, I just got reminded of him saying that before, and talking about dedicated drops and stuff, calling them mini adventures. While I just, was doing this, while I was doing this farm, it just reminded me of that. Because I get the same kind of feeling when I, like, farm in Borderlands 2, like, if I'm going for, a specific legendary, like, for example, I'm farming Savagely, right, for an Unchem Herald. It's just the same shit. Again, the only difference is, really, the main difference, I mean, obviously you're getting, like, a specific drop, but, like, the process of you saving and quitting, and then, coming back in, running, or driving to a specific area, killing an enemy. I mean, that's another difference, is that instead of an enemy, I'm farming chests, but it's still, at the end of the day, like, the whole, in between is the same. And it's that in-between aspects that, is, what needs to really be, I guess, addressed in the next Borderlands game. Like, especially if they're gonna do, like, dedicated drops or something. I don't know. But they just gotta make the farming more enjoyable. Maybe I'm just fucking tired of farming, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just doing shit like this. I mean, I love farming in these games. I do. I mean, there's a reason I still go back to Cromracks and the Armory. It's just because I just find those to be so much more enjoyable, man. Like, those just don't get old to me. I can do those for hours, as you've seen, right? Like, I constantly am streaming myself doing those. Because not only is the activity itself interesting to me, but it's the loot. I think that's the biggest driving factor, right? Is the loot, and how much of it you're gonna get. Just the random nature of it. That's why I love world drops. Is the surprise, just the unknown. Not knowing what you're gonna get. That's also a big factor. Just not knowing what you're gonna get. Ooh, double anarchy is, I don't know how good that one is, but oh fuck, did not mean to fall off. And of course, the part system, like I mentioned, just there's all sorts of factors that go into it. Because once you do get that thing, and I've mentioned this, right? Once you do get that, say that legendary, like the Unchem Herald from Savagely, once you get that, you're good. Like, you don't need to even bother farming him again, unless. Oh, also something else I was thinking, right? That really points out the flaws with dedicated drop farming, and just Borderlands 2, like, as a whole. It's not just the idea of dedicated drops, but it adds into it. There's more at play than that. But like, it got me thinking, like, the end game of Borderlands 2. Like, you are basically required, unless you're somehow fucking lucky, like, you're basically required to farm, like, do some dedicated drop farming in the end game. Like, if you want to get all the way, to max level, you want to get to, OP10, you are not only going to have to farm for everything once, but you're going to have to do it twice, 3 times, 4 times. I don't even know. I can't even, tell you how many times you're going to have to go back through and do the same shit over and over again, farm the same weapons, same items. just to be able to progress. It kind of highlights, you know what I mean? And tell me that is a mini adventure. When you are experiencing that, tell me that you would call that a mini adventure. I know it sounds like I'm giving Joel shit. I'm just, you know, kind of critiquing that. Like, I don't understand that mindset. Like, that is hell, in my opinion. That is not fun. That is the worst part about Borderlands 2. Because, and you know, and of course the farm itself, the grind is not even enjoyable. It's so tedious, man. And I know this firsthand. I've done it. But thankfully, you know, at this point, I could just use Gibbs. You know what I mean? Like, after the first time I've done it, I was like, you know what? Why even bother when I could just use Gibbs to just scale everything up? I mean, I'd still have to make the effort of like grinding the levels and going through the overpower levels. You know, I would still do that, but I would at least save myself the trouble of refarming everything. You know, because every few levels, especially if you're going through the overpower levels, you know, ranking up through there, you're gonna have to probably like every, you know, level, every rank you get through, especially at a certain point, you know, as you go through, you're gonna have to just go back and constantly farm shit. Like, the further you get, the more you're gonna have to do that. Unless you have some god tier build that can really just carry you through. I don't know, but for most players, that's probably not going to be the case. As with, you know, with me, right, when I was doing that. That's why I've only ranked up to OP 10 on one character in all of my time playing Borderlands 2, because it's just simply not fun to do. For a variety of reasons. I mean, it's not even just the process of like having to go back through and farm gear over and over again. Again, this really is a huge web of problems. You know, it's not just that one thing. It's like you have the bad scaling, you have, again, the excessive grind, like the overpower levels themselves are just broken. There's just a lot at play. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we're kind of forced into specific builds to really be effective. You know, the build variety in Borderlands 2, once you get further into the game, especially when you hit UVHM, just completely go, you know, it just goes out the window, you know, like the build variety. And I could just talk about this for hours, man. I could go on about this, but hopefully you're kind of seeing my point. I know I'm kind of just, I feel like I'm, you know, could be explaining this better. I'm like all over the place right now. I'm a little bit scatterbrained right now, but I think this coffee's working a little too well. I'm just feeling a little too jazzed up right now. To, you know, doing the opposite, you know, effect. Rather than being focused, I'm just, you know, kind of scatterbrained. But hopefully you're kind of seeing my point. And again, Jolts, dude, I mean, I doubt you're gonna watch this, but I don't mean to, like, you know, no hate or anything, man. I'm just simply critiquing what you said about the dedicated drops. It's just my point of view, and I know a lot of people aren't gonna agree with me on that. I'm hoping to, like, do a video on this proper where, you know, because I'm thinking of making a video on, like, things I want to see in Borderlands 4, and that's going to be one of the topics. And I'm hoping to be able to, you know, explain it better during that video. You know, get my point across a little bit better. Anyway. So yeah, just this whole process just got me, like, thinking about that, you know? It just got me thinking, because Jolts would probably be calling this a mini adventure, you know? And it's just like it's some fun ordeal, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just kind of picking up a bunch of stuff right now. I'm gonna go through it later. Because like I said, there's really not a lot that separates this from dedicated drops farming. Like if you know, just like the main you know, the meat and potatoes of it really is kind of the same aspect, the same kind of type of thing. Just repetitively, you know, saving and quitting, going back through, running through an area. It's just like I said, you'd be killing an enemy instead of looting a chest or chests, and you'd probably be going for one specific drop rather than hoping for, which I kind of am going for a specific drop or specific drops, but you know, chances are obviously a lot more slim for me because, you know, there's a whole loot pool, you know, that I have to. And then I guess, you know, the counter argument would be like, well, isn't that like annoying though to like have to fucking do this to get a Hellfire right now or something, you know what I mean? Like, and like one can say that, but really, you know, this wouldn't even be a problem right now. The only reason this is a problem is because I'm making this a problem. Like, you don't have to do this. This game is perfectly playable without having to do this shit throughout the entire experience. You don't need to do any sort of, you know, this type of shit. Unless you're like vastly under-leveled or underpowered for whatever reason, you don't have to do this sort of stuff. It's completely optional, whereas Borderlands 2, at a certain point, you are going to need to do this stuff. If you want to, you know, get, like, complete a character, basically, you know, get to the very end. At least, you know, again, if you want to see everything through. I mean, yeah, you could just completely be done with Borderlands after you, like, complete UVHM. You don't have to touch the overpower levels. But, you know, a huge appeal of these games is the end game. So, it's like Diablo. I was also kind of like comparing this to Diablo 3, where Diablo 3 has a similar system. You know, I've been playing that, and, you know, it relies mostly on world drops. You know, like the legendaries you get are random. Like, yeah, you can increase the chances by doing certain things like greater rifts or increasing the difficulty level, but you're still relying on complete RNG to get whatever the fuck you want. And that's fine because the activities that you're doing are fun and engaging. You know, they make them fun. That's why people like the endgame in that so much, because it's fun. And that's obviously part of what you need to make a good endgame, is for it to be fun. I mean, that's obviously, you know, subjective. I know some people don't obviously like Diablo 3. I, for one, enjoy it. You know, I just got my Crusader to max level. I've been doing adventure mode. So really, I want you to picture Borderlands 1, but with like more content, right? More things to farm. Maybe like more raid bosses, you know, just more ways of getting the loot that's fun. That's not just you going through. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still going to be doing the same activity over and over, but like the activity itself, I want to be enjoyable. That's like the thing, you know. Because as long as, you know, there's the content there and the activities are fun. Then, you know, I don't see how that just wouldn't work. Just if the game relied on, like, world drops. But unfortunately, a lot of people, you know, prefer world drops because it's, you know, a quick way to get what you want, right? Like, to get something specific that you want. I think that's a, you know, an appeal for people, is like, if you want a specific weapon, you can go for that specific weapon. The process itself might not be super enjoyable, but like, at least, you know, you can go for that thing and get the thing by the end of it, right? And that brings me to another thing, though, because again, I could go on and on about this. Like, I just feel like I keep, you know, this is where I'm, when I talk about me being scatterbrained right now, I'm just constantly bringing up shit, like, all over the place, just, but like, you know, and there we go, like, if I can just completely, my thought, vanish what I was just gonna say. Fuck me. Oh god. What was I even saying? I was saying, oh yeah, people enjoy the fact that you can just get the thing that you want. You don't have to rely on, like, you know, it's not like this where, you know, you have this whole loophole that you have to deal with. Oh, I was gonna say that, yeah, once you get the specific, you know, legendary that you want, right? Like, let's say you're doing that, you get the specific legendary. You know, as I already said, like, it's the same fucking, like, the parts in Borderlands 2 anyway, like, just don't matter enough for you to really need to farm it again. It's so, the changes are so fucking minor that it doesn't matter. So if you get an Unkempt Herald, it's an Unkempt Herald, and you are good. You're good. You know, you get a max level one, you're good. You don't need to farm that again unless you, like, really need it to be perfect for whatever reason. But what I was going to bring up before was that you already know what you're going to get, which kind of subtracts a little bit from the excitement of getting the drop. So what I mean by that is, like, for example, in this game, when you're farming Chromex, when you're farming the armory, you're relying on world drops, or hell, you're even just playing the game, and you just fucking find, like, a goddamn legendary in a trash can. That is awesome. And when that happens in Borderlands 2, it's fucking awesome. Like, those are the best moments of this game, especially when it's, like, some really good legendary or something really rare, like finding a Reaper from a Skag, which is something that's happened to me, by the way, before. TCD and I, we had that happen to us. One of the best moments that I'll never forget playing this game. That's just engraved into my brain. You know, but there's so many times where I farmed dedicated drops only for me to just forget about it. Like, it just didn't fucking happen because it was so, like, not, like, it wasn't special. There was nothing special about it. You know, I knew what I was gonna get. I got the thing. Cool. Move on, you know? Whereas, like, getting something like another example is when I found the tsunami from the armory. Or hell, it could be something I, like, you know, completely unexpected, like that Reaper. Or, you know, like, maybe I'm farming for something specific in the armory, like the tsunami, and I find, like, a fucking legendary Iridian weapon. Or some other pearlescent that's really good with good parts. Like, that is awesome. It's the, again, the unknown aspect, the unexpected, that makes it really fun and, you know, keeps you going. Keeps you wanting more. It's that adrenaline rush. It's that dopamine rush. Finding like that drop, you know, again, it goes like I talk about Diablo. It's the same in that, you know, like, ooh, of course it's caustic though. Professor Sprinkles, I hope you've tried, or have you tried Resident Evil 2 Revelations Red Mode? I haven't played it much. I actually just, was it last year or the year before? I just finished, I think it was early last year that I went through Resident Evil 1 and 2 Revelations for the, well, yeah, for the first time, for the most part. I technically have played Revelations 1 before that, but never finished them, and I had never touched the second one, and I played through those, and I really enjoyed them. And yes, I did touch the raid mode, but I didn't do much. I did like a few levels. I want to get back to it. It's just by the time I got to raid mode, I just kind of wanted to move on, you know, come back to it because I was kind of burnt out from Resident Evil at that point. Needed a little bit of a break, you know. Back to back, you know, Resident Evil at that time was, yeah, just Revelations 1 and 2. Kind of burnt me out. But from what I played of it was really fun. I enjoyed it. I'd like to get back to it. Tons of builds and characters. Yeah, it's to play almost as a Diablo. Like, yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. Like, it's really fun. You know, and I can tell where Resident Evil Village got its mercenaries mode. Like, it's clearly basically raid mode in that game. I don't know why the fuck it's called mercenaries in Village, because it's not even mercenaries at all. It's just raid mode. And I mean, it's not even as fun as raid mode though, but still, it's like, because obviously raid mode has so much more depth, man. Like, yeah, it really has its own like RPG kind of system. Like, you can find it, you know, you're constantly collecting like new weapons and gear and like leveling up, I think, skills from what I remember. Like, it's just, it's so much depth that carry over from each run as well. Each level, you know, you're constantly just gaining, you know, there's that constant progression. Yeah, it's like, you know, kind of like it has some semi RPG elements to it. Maybe I'll stream it, you know, one of these days or something. That might be fun. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the rants. You know, fuck, yeah. You can just tell I'm very passionate, man, about this game, about these games. And I'm, like I said, I'm fully aware that what I'm saying is very much subjective and is, you know, kind of a hot take, kind of an unpopular opinion with the widespread, you know, audience, with most of the player base, I feel like. Because most of the player base didn't really, you know, they started with the second game. They're, you know, they're used to the dedicated drops. That's just kind of how they know these games, how they prefer it. And again, for the casual fan base, it's just like, you know, when you're going for something specific like that, you have like a, you know, you have a dedicated drop that you're going for, like, I mean, that arguably is quicker to do than, like, you know, relying on complete RNG, like, you know, having to, like what I'm doing here basically, right? And just having the entire loot pool that you know, you have to kind of just deal with, right? Like, I'm trying to get like a couple specific weapons out of this huge fucking loot pool. which can take fucking time. It can take forever. Whereas, you know, dedicated drop farming is, I mean, it can take a while. It just depends on your luck. But at the end of the day, like, you know, again, like, you have a higher chance of getting what you want. And it usually doesn't take long. I mean, back when Borderlands 2 came out, I think the drop rates were a lot lower, but like, if you're playing Borderlands 2 now, farming, like, say for the Unkempt Herald, probably takes like a half hour at the most, if that. Like, it really is. I've gotten so many Unkempt Heralds as well. Like, it doesn't take long to get one, even if you're having bad luck. What's the best Borderlands game? This one. Oh, foy. Oh, fuck. Foy. Oh, foy. What do you guys think? What is your, you know, what would you consider the best Borderlands game? Very much curious. Loading. What's up, man? I recently started another playthrough of this game like 2 days ago. First time touching it since 2011. Wow, dude. Well, I hope you're having fun. I'm sure it feels pretty weird, though. This is a game that if you haven't played a long time, especially if you've been playing the you know, the other games in the series, and you come back to it, it feels fucking weird. I know that because that's happened to me before. When Borderlands 2 came out, I hadn't touched this game in like a year or two. It was like a year and a half or something, I can't remember. And when I came back to it, it was like really hard to get used to. But then you get used to it, and it's just like, oh well, yeah. What character are you doing though? Loading. What class are you playing as? I only like the first one. You know, I like I'm gonna say I like all the games. I mean, you know, to an extent, Borderlands 3 is still enjoyable to me. I don't know. I kind of have a, you know, a love-hate relationship with that game, to be honest. But Borderlands 1, 2, and pre-sequel are, I enjoy a lot. Obviously, this one being my favorite, but I do enjoy those other games, despite me always making fun of, like, you know, certain aspects, like what I was just doing earlier, right? I still enjoy them, and I've still put tons of hours into them. Oh, dude, look at that Cobra, though. That's sick. That is sick. Playing as Brick. Nice. Good pick. Brick's one of my favorites. Love me some, you know, fellow Brick players. Why is my... By the way, I'm not intentionally doing that. That is my controller being dumb. It's having the same fucking problem as the other one I bought. Had that I had to get rid of. I just need to purchase you know, a good controller, because these cheap fucking ones from Amazon are just would not recommend. They probably build them that way intentionally, so you have to buy, you continue to, buy them, give them money, over and over. They intentionally make them shit. And I'm unfortunately one of those people that just keep doing that. I keep fucking buying the same goddamn controllers. Yeah, would not recommend it. Would not recommend it. You get these. I think it's like Power A is the brand. It's just shit, dude. Controllers do not last long at all. Took a minute to get used to, but I'm definitely enjoying it. Alright, level 26. Oh god, I'm falling off the roof. Damn, dude, nice. So, like, you're basically either on the verge of playthrough 2 or you're at playthrough 2. It's kind of around that level. Usually around like level 30, I think you get to playthrough 2. Just depends, I guess, on how many quests you end up doing, but so like that's kind of the average. Mad Cats. Oh god, dude, I remember Mad Cats. I used to have one of those the Duke controllers for the Xbox. I used to have one of those. Hated it, man. I mean, they're kind of, interesting, but it's like maybe, for specific, hand, like if you have like a specific hand type, like a bigger hand or something. I don't know. Maybe it would be better, but I don't see the appeal of those, man. Those are always so uncomfortable. Lightning Hawkeye. Take that. Anything that's, especially if it's like shock damage, I feel like I'm going to be favoring that a little bit more. Dude, that Hellfire found though with the 2.6, was it 2.6 fire rate? God damn it. I'm sure it'll still fuck shit up. But it's kind of embarrassing. Like if I go into the video and in the footage I'm rocking at 2.6 fire rate Hellfire throughout the video. That's kind of fucking embarrassing in my opinion. Like I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, if I need to do it, I will, but like, I don't know. It felt so hollow in your hands, yeah. I wonder if I still have one of those. I don't know if I still do lying around. Probably not. Probably not. Probably fucking toss that thing in the trash, dude. I don't know. That was so long ago, though. When I was a kid. But, I've kept, like, a lot of my Xbox stuff. Oh, another fucking savior. Why? What is with the saviors, man? The saviors and the cyclopses. Those are two things I keep fucking finding doing these this farm. I don't know why. Bro is flying with that grenade. I know. Oh god. Once again, courtesy of the Campin' Dutchman. He's the one who created it. Part of the Arsenal mod. Really helpful. Really helpful grenade mod. I'm very much thankful I have that for this farm. Obviously this wouldn't, well, probably would be possible without it, just very unnecessarily difficult. I'm sure you can just do it with regular grenade jumping, but why would you, you know? That just sounds like a nightmare. You want me to share? You want me to share, huh? Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to fall off. Fuck you. Let me through. God, dude. Why couldn't that Hellfire just be good fire rate? Why? I'm also really regretting not going through the 4th DLC first and getting the gift shop, because if I had the gift shop right now, this would be over in like no time at all. I would be already have like a good loadout, just fucking probably a few runs into that. Kind of screwed myself over a little bit. Something tells me mods are possible with a jailbroken PlayStation. Potentially. I don't know. That's something I really have no idea about. I mean, obviously, you know... Oh, gods, of course I leveled up. Just one more level. Closer to 69. What am I even going to put my points into now? Deadly... Shall I go into this tree? I just want to go into Bloodwing all the way, to be honest. I think I'm gonna do that. Why, hold on, what? Why is your Mordecai only level 60 to 61 now? Well, just because I just haven't got to max level yet, you know? I mean, currently what I'm doing, for those unaware, is I'm grinding for specific weapons that will carry me through this video that I want to make on grinding to max level. Speaking of getting to max level, that's what I'm doing right now. That's what's honestly taking up a lot of my time lately. I just is working on this. And like I said, once I get that loadout that I'm happy with, the rest of this will be a cakewalk. Well, to pump that video out probably within the next couple days of getting the footage. Oh my god, an Unforgiven. Not a very good one, but an Unforgiven nonetheless. That's cool. That is it's pretty lucky, I'd say. Yeah, me too. Me too. Because right now I really would just rather be, you know, obviously progressing with this character and doing the quests and going through the rest of the DLCs and getting the brains for the brains missions. I'd rather be doing that right now, but I'm just so like hyperfixated on this. I really want to do this, and I don't have... The problem is I would wait to do this, but like I kind of need to do it now because I don't have a lot of levels to go before I hit max level. And what's the point of, you know, doing a video on how to level up fast and, you know, whatever, if I'm basically already at max level or close to max level? I just feel like that's dumb. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream though. This is just a kind of a pretty chill one, as you can tell, but that's pretty obvious, you know. And hopefully you've, you know, enjoyed my ranting earlier, even if you don't agree with me on what I was saying. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. Ooh, another crux. Bring out your dad. Thankfully this time I'm also not having extreme indigestion like I was last time. Knock on wood. I think it's just those specific coffees that I was drinking, those canned ones, that were upsetting my stomach a bit. Bzz. That's right, I want to rent again. I mean, you guys are also more than, you know, like, I definitely encourage you guys to, like, ask me things. Like, I mean, this is, like, one of those times where it's just, like, the more things to talk about, the merrier, honestly. This is a question I like to ask, but what games have you guys been playing lately? Have you been playing anything interesting? Or maybe like watched anything interesting? Like shows, movies? Oh boy, fuck. Just get shot up every time I go in there. Thankfully I have that immortal shield though, which protects me. Which, thank God, again, that's another thing I'm happy I have, is the immortal. I think I just so happened to find that right before I started doing this farm. Like, pretty sure that was a really recent find. Shit, incoming! We got ourselves a hero here. What? What? Come on, man. Lady Luck be on my side. Equalizer. God. Surprised I haven't found more of those. Because those are usually what you find the most of, and volcanoes. Alright, I gotta turn on my heater over here. I am freezing. It is cold out here. Freezing my ass off. The one problem about coming out in my studio in the winter is every time I come out here, like, you know, when the first time I come out here every day, or in a day, it's so cold. It is so cold. So I always have to, like, you know, come out here and then kind of preheat the space before I even really work out here. Which can take time, because again, it's usually really cold. like today when I came out here for the first time. And it had been days since I've actually been out here, so it was like especially cold. Like I had to even sit in front of the heater over here for a bit because it was just like yeah. That's the problem with having a studio that's just kind of in a shed in your backyard, you know? I guess I could talk about the fact that I just finished Metal Gear Solid 3 for the first time on my Switch, which was really fun. A really interesting experience. I mean, that's just when you jump into the Metal Gear games, you know, you're bound for a very crazy time. Kind of a roller coaster, honestly, of just fucking, man, some of the wildest shit you've ever seen in a video game. But that's part of the charm about it, you know what I mean? Like, I also just love the contrast. Like, there's the, you know, the contrast between, oh god, I'm falling off the roof. Like the serious kind of tone and then the goofy stuff, you know, because the game is very much trying to be serious, but also goofy at the very same time. And it's so unique because of that. Like, I don't really feel like a lot of other games have that, you know, going on. Because, you know, it's just this very tactical, stealth game. You know, that's based in real... Oh god, is it crashing? Of course it's crashing. God damn it. Why, though? Why? Why is it... Why? The fuck? Why when I open that chest? That's weird. But yeah, like, you know, it takes place in, like... you know, it's like kind of almost based on like certain real world, like with Metal Gear Solid 3, like, you know, it goes over a lot of like real world shit that actually happened, right? And it's, you know, like it's based in the Cold War, and it talks about a lot of things that actually happened. But then it just, you know, like shit like the Cobra unit comes along with like the pain and the fury and the sorrow, and it just completely just it's just like, it's like, what the fuck, you know? That's you know, what you basically are thinking during the game, you know, like when those happen. Like, it's such a wild shift in tone at times. But that's what I love about it. Like, I think that's why people enjoy Kojima games, because of that aspect. I think that's I think, anyway. I mean, I like that, but... Like, again, at times it's this, you know, the super serious stealth game. Well, I wouldn't say super serious. Like, it's still kind of goofy in terms of certain mechanics, but, like, you know, it's relatively grounded, you know, down to earth. And then, you know, out of nowhere, man, like, you fight this guy who's just controls bees or wasps, I don't even know, but he fucking, like, or you fight a guy who's, you know, some guy who came from the moon, who's in like a spacesuit and is like obsessed with lighting things on fire. And then also when he dies, he turns into like this fucking fire spirit thing. Like, what the fuck? Like, Like, it's like, you know, it kind of turns itself into like this, you know, like if you're watching like some crazy anime or something, like, you know. I mean, it is a Japanese-based game, but I don't know. I love like the total, you know, collision of those two kind of wildly different things. You know what I mean? Like the silliness and the seriousness. But I loved it so much that I actually went out of my way to purchase Metal Gear Solid 3D on the 3DS, because I really wanted to play that version because I heard it's different. I know the frame rate sucks, but I don't know, it just sounded fun. You know, it has like some really cool differences that I would like to see, you know, and I love my 3DS. I'm looking for any sort of excuses to play on my 3DS, so. But the next Metal Gear Solid I'm going to play is probably the first one. Never played that one. I've never played the second one either. That's kind of a lie though, because I technically did play Twin Snakes as a kid on the GameCube, but I didn't get very far. I just remember playing as this guy who was running around fucking naked at the beginning of the game. That's all I remember. I think that's technically the second game, or like a alternate version of the second game. I could be wrong. I don't know. But the only other one that I've played before, no wait, actually no, I did dabble in 4 a little bit. I dabbled in 4 back on the PS3. But 5 is the only other one that I really like played through. I really enjoyed 5. I know 5 isn't the most popular entry in the series, but I really enjoyed it, especially being somebody who's kind of getting into the series for the first time. I liked the open world aspect and the open-ended nature of being able to, you know, tackle the situations, which is something the series is really strong, like just has going for it. Like with Metal Gear Solid 3, really with any of the ones I've played, just the amount of like shit that you can do in those games, just you know, one of the positives of it being so silly is that they can do all sorts of creative shit, you know? They could take a lot of creative liberties, like with, I'm trying to think of an example, like, I don't know, there's like a fucking bee's nest that you can shoot down in a tree in the third game, and it chases, the bees chase after enemies and basically clear your path, you know? Like, just shit like that you might not normally think about doing in it, you know, but like in any other game, but actually has an effect. Like everything you do, like there's so many different ways you can tackle situations, even in a more linear game like Metal Gear Solid 3. Well, that's what I like about 5, is that it takes that, you know, experimental kind of approach, but really broadens the scope of it because you have such a, you know, vast open world. You know, you can, you know, tackle situations in even more ways. And I still notice like people, you know, from time to time, like if you guys look up Metal Gear Solid 5, like there's certain videos that you can find on YouTube that really showcase the amount of creativity some people fucking have with that game. Like it's insane. Like the way that they take out full on like camps of enemies, you know, bases in the most creative ways possible is insane. You guys just have to look it up to really see it for yourself. But it just shows like the true potential of like what you can do in Metal Gear Solid, you know? And that's what I like about it. That's one of the things I like about it. Like as I was playing through the game, I was also, you know, I've also been watching this playthrough of somebody playing through, like not as like a way of like, you know, spoiling anything. Like I would kind of, you know, play through a part of the game, then I would watch that guy play through the same part of the game I just went through. And when he would do that, there was like basically every fucking time I would watch him play through, you know, the section I just went through, I would discover something new that I just had not even known that you could do in that section. And it's crazy. Wait. I'm like, holy shit, you can do that? You can fucking do that, though? Yeah, I'm honestly like really enjoying the Master Collection for the Switch. That's how I've, you know, was playing Metal Gear Solid 3 on there. And I don't remember why people dissed it before. I remember when it came out, people didn't really like it. I mean, I understand. One thing that does bother me about the Switch version in particular is that having a physical copy really is... it's kind of stupid, because when you put the cartridge in, you have to download all of the games. Which is fucking weird. Like, that's stupid. I hate that shit. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of content on them, but it's just like, what the hell, man? It almost like negates the point of having the physical copy in the first place, which is kind of annoying, but because I think you still need internet. I don't know if you need internet to download it, but I'd imagine. I don't know if it just, you know, copies straight from the cartridge without having an internet connection. I have no idea, but part of me thinks that's not really the case. Kind of doubt it. Speaking of the Switch, though, I think the Switch 2 is going to be hopefully unveiled this year, soon. I've heard a lot of rumors about that. Definitely going to be probably an instant buy for me. I love my Switch. I've gotten so much use out of it, man. I'm just such a, you know, big fan of portable gaming devices, like, you know, my Switch, my 3DS, Game Boy, Steam Deck. My girlfriend really is, you know, she's the same way. We're just, you know, we like to just kind of hang out and in bed and just play on our, you know, devices. Alright, I think I'm gonna do this one more run, then I gotta use the bathroom. Ugh. That's the problem with drinking coffee for me, is it makes me have to go. Doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo. Dude, I just... so annoying. I just want to frickin' find something, man. And I found a lot of stuff, and honestly, I probably have a decent enough loadout at this point to do this. But I get the feeling it's not going to carry me all the way to the max level. Like, I don't want to have to reform, you know, I don't want to have to do this again. I just want to be able to just, you know, once I start farming the Iridians, just do that until I'm max level. I don't want to have to come back here and do this again, like, halfway through, you know what I mean? I might end up having to do that, though, to be honest, if this takes forever, because... All right, I need to take a pee break, guys. I will just leave you guys with this music. You know, turn it up as well for you. And I will be right back. About five or so minutes. So stay tuned. All right. I am back. Let's go ahead and jump back into this. Keep it going. Okay, let's see. Borderlands. Hold on. Okay. Oh god, that guy's like getting launched up here. Okay. Once I am done farming for the day, though, I will go try out some of the stuff I got. See if it's gonna work. Even if I'm not very, confident, I kind of want to at least, give some of this new gear that I found a try. Because I don't necessarily need to find like a, a good Hellfire or an Orion or anything like that specifically. You know what I mean? Like I have that one shock revolver that just fucks up the Iridians. So if I could find more stuff like that, I'd be set, I think. It's just cold out here. Brr. Just want to thank you guys for coming in though and hanging out today. Those of you who are still here or who left, just want to give a shout out to you guys, just because I appreciate you guys take time out of your day to come check me out, even if it's for a moment, a brief moment. A Hornet. That's a weapon I don't really find a lot, I feel like, to be honest, in this game. So that's kind of cool. Just out of a random chest here in Headstone Mine. Especially, that's interesting. I really wish I had more to talk about. I'm trying to think. Like I said, if you guys have anything you want to, bring up, ask me. Fucking feel free. Because I know this isn't the most, interesting. I can't really, back this stream up on gameplay alone. I feel like, look at that stinger though, 16.3 fire rate. I feel like a good stinger might come in handy for this. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the tunes. I know I tend to play this album in my streams. I mean, it's actually been a minute. Well, I was playing it in my last stream, but before that, I think it was quite a while since I actually played this album. But I used to play this one quite a bit because this is one of the very few synthwave albums that I have that's not copyrighted. I don't know why. I kind of just happened to, to be playing it one day and it didn't get claimed. I don't know why that is, but I just like, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of that. I might switch to their other album though. But yeah, for some reason North Exit. Good to play on your streams or videos. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna stay like that forever. Probably not, but I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised if one of these days, you know, a lot of my streams just get claimed because of the, you know, these tunes I'm playing. But oh well. At that point, it really doesn't matter, to be honest. Because those, you know, those streams would be way past their prime anyway, you know. Doubt many people would be coming back and watching them, and, you know, I wouldn't really be earning much money from them, you know, at that point, so it's like, whatever, doesn't matter, you know. Do. I did recently pick up Animal Well on my Switch. Which was on sale. There was actually a pretty big Switch sale there for the holidays. And I wanted to pick up something on the Switch. I was like, you know what, there's like most everything here is on sale. Of course, not a lot of the Nintendo stuff. There was a few Nintendo things, but you don't know how Nintendo is, right? They're very, very stingy. And even their so-called sales aren't really that much of a sale. God, why is my controller doing that? Again, if you see me just like randomly do this, that is not intentional. That's just my controller doing that, because for whatever reason the L trigger on this thing is very sensitive. Like if I barely touch it, it just, yeah. But anyway, yeah, there was a big Nintendo sale, and I was like, you know, I really should get something. Why am I fighting these guys? And I picked up Animal Well. It was either that or the Axiom Verge 1 and 2 bundle, but I was really feeling like getting the Metroidvania. You know? And there was quite a bit to pick from, but I ended up choosing Animal Well because that one just really looked super cool. Like visually, like I was just really, you know, drawn to the art style, you know, that really interesting art style that it has, man. This is, you know, it's one of those pixel art kind of games, but it's got like this really, you'd have to look it up, you know, but it's got a lot of like neon kind of colors going on. Like it's so cool. It's very, very pretty to look at, and that drew me in. I still need to like actually sit down and like play through it, but yeah. I don't know, I just, you know, been kind of in that Metroidvania mood again a little bit. Even though I still have so many games in my backlog already, man, like even just in that genre, like alone. So, I don't know. Didn't necessarily need to pick up another one, but that's just, you know, that's just what I do. I, you know, keep buying games and adding more to my backlog when I already have a giant-ass backlog. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, though. I've been a lot better about it, though. Like, I honestly don't get a lot of, like, new releases these days. I think the only new release I've gotten recently was Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I've been playing on my PC. Really enjoying that, by the way. I'm in the Giza section of the game right now. let me tell you, it's really fantastic. If you guys are into Indiana Jones at all, you need to do yourself a favor, check it out. Don't let, you know, the whole Bethesda aspects and, you know, Todd Howard being like the director or whatever of it, I think he was, or some, Todd Howard had to do with it in some way. But don't let that fool you, because yeah, it's really quality, and I expected no less, honestly, from Machine Games. I figured they would do a pretty good job. Like, yeah, they made Youngblood, which, you know, isn't that good. But I feel like Youngblood necessarily, you know, that wasn't necessarily their fault. I feel like that was just like Bethesda, you know, pushing for like this cash grab, because usually Machine Games, they make some pretty good shit. I mean, all the other Wolfensteins and stuff they made, man, are really good. I mean, the new Colossus, I guess, is arguably like maybe not the best, but I found that one to be pretty enjoyable. It's not as good as the two that came before it, but still a pretty good game. And they're definitely like the perfect fit for making an Indiana Jones game. Like, for sure. Like, if there was any studio, it was them. And it shows. I mean, hell, playing through the game, it's like, yeah, this is really, really good. I guess the only gripe I have is, you know, I guess like the open world sections are they're cool. You know, I like them, you know, because it has like that semi-open world aspect. But I wish that there were honestly more linear sections in the game. Because the best parts of the game, in my opinion, are like when you're fucking going through like tombs and shit, or when it's like more of like, you know, you're doing like the story related content. Not saying the side content, because there's genuinely some really interesting side quests, but there's a lot of fetch quest type stuff in there, like collectible kind of gathering, just padding, you know what I mean? I mean, overall the areas that you explore are really intricate though, and detailed. Like Giza being really cool. I'm definitely enjoying exploring that more than the Vatican, just because of how open it is. Like it's just fucking like really feels like this big environment, which it is. Whereas the Vatican, like, yeah, that was also big, but like it was way more like enclosed, and you were, you know, kind of forced to go through specific, you know, you're just forced to kind of navigate it in specific ways. Whereas this is like you're completely open. You know, it brings me back to like Metal Gear Solid 5, just like kind of feels like that at times. Like just, you know, you're able to tackle situations from different you know, more angles, more approaches, which is cool. Obviously, it doesn't have quite the depth of like Metal Gear Solid though to back it up, but it's got a decent enough stealth combat system, you know. Part of me though wishes there was like more stealth elements though. Like the stealth is fun, but it does feel a little basic. Like I wish there was like skills, because there is like kind of like some skills that you can unlock in the game, you know. But there's not really any that focus on the stealth, which is so far that at least I've noticed. Which is kind of weird. Like a lot that focus on like the combat, like the hand-to-hands. Ooh, a bulldog. You know, like when you go in guns blazing, you know, that type of thing. Because, you know, I personally love to sneak around. So like, yeah, obviously I will still get into some fights, especially if I get caught. Like, you know, I kind of have no choice there, unless I want to go back. You know, but I usually just kind of let myself get, you know, I usually let it slide just so I can experience the combat a little bit, because it's also really fun. But yeah, usually you know, if there's a stealth approach, I like to take that. Like that was kind of me with Wolfenstein. But again, overall, like, yeah, I might be like nitpicky a little bit here, but it's overall really fun experience. I would highly recommend it. The people who don't like it because it's first person, I'm like, why though? Like, I mean, I can kind of get it, but there's also, like, it's kind of a blend of first and third person, you know? And I find the first person to be more immersive. Otherwise, it would probably just feel like you're playing Uncharted, you know? Because Uncharted is very much like an Indiana Jones type experience. So if it went third person, it would just be like, I feel like it'd be more compared to Uncharted or something. And, you know, obviously people would probably fucking be annoyed about that. And we know machine games, you know, they kind of specialize in, you know, the first person stuff. I feel like, at least with Wolfenstein. Not saying they couldn't make a third person game, but maybe they have in the past, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Outside of Wolfenstein, I'm not really sure what they've done. Maybe I know them for other games, but I don't know off the top of my head. Like, it's just, you know, it's so funny to me though. It's like that, like id Software and like Machine Games, you know, these other companies under Bethesda's and, you know, umbrella, under the Bethesda umbrella, are making better games than Bethesda themselves right now. I just find that interesting. Like Indiana Jones, man, compared to like Starfield, it's like, yeah. Even just the id Tech engine just looks so much better than the Creation engine at this point. It's kind of crazy. Like damn, the cutscenes though, and like some of the facial animations, like you compare that to like Starfield, like talking to NPCs in that game, it's just like, oh my god. I'll never. And you know, I'm actually not a big Starfield hater. I played a little bit of Starfield when it came out. I haven't touched it since, but you know, I've kind of been waiting for the game to get a little bit better because, you know. But at the same time, I didn't really hate it. Like, I actually kind of enjoyed it to an extent. It's just, you know, as a lot of people have, like, one of the issues that a lot of people have with it, though, is it's just fucking barren. You know, and I'm kind of been waiting maybe for, you know, Bethesda, and I don't know if they're ever going to do anything about that, and then maybe they've already been working on it, and I just haven't been paying attention. But just making the world a little bit more interesting to explore. I'm kind of waiting for them to do that, if they haven't done that yet, which I don't even know if they will. Maybe they've even given up on Starfield. I have no idea. I haven't kept up with it. I haven't heard much about it, though, other than that DLC that came out, which I heard was kind of mid. But man, there's a lot that I like about it, though. Like, you know, I love, like, exploring the cities in that game, and just, the factions that I was, you know, like you know, some of the quest lines, and just especially like, again, like the beginning of the game when you really just don't know how barren the world really is is really exciting. Like when you jump in and you're like exploring for the first time, it's like really fucking exciting, but then you realize that it's just, there's not a lot going on, and that is something that Bethesda games usually don't have a problem with. You know, I think that's one of the strong points, one of the biggest reasons why people love their games. And that's one of the reasons I love their games, is the exploration and just the world. Like, there's so much, you know, they make some of the best open world games because of just how much they put into the world itself. There's so much interesting shit. And, you know, you can look at a lot of their other games, but like Starfield throws that out the window. You know, And I'm surprised Fallout 4, you know, I don't see a lot of people talk about it, but like Fallout 4 is a good example of them doing like what they do best. And they fucking crammed that game to the absolute brim with content. Like as far as like locations and things to explore and see and just little side random events and stuff, like unmarked locations. It's full of stuff. Like it's one of their best worlds that they've made. I don't see a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people talk about Skyrim, and that's great too. But like Fallout 4, man, was like peak for them, at least in my opinion. Like there's just so much to see in that game. Like everywhere you go, every step you take, you're stumbling upon something interesting, whether it's a new location, whether it's some unmarked thing, whether it's like some random event happening out in the wild. I'll never forget the time, and spoilers, I don't know if any of you guys care, but but there was this one time that I found, like I was just roaming the wasteland in that game. And it's one of the reasons, like, this is one of the reasons I love their games, is these random events, random encounters. I was roaming the wasteland, and I see what looked like Preston Garvey. You know, the Preston Garvey we love to fucking meme on, right? I know the settlement needs your help. You know, that Preston Garvey. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, like, by this fucking feral ghoul-infested hospital, and, like, walking alongside the road was Preston Garvey, right? I go up to him. I'm like, why are you not at the fucking sanctuary like you always are? And it's not, he turns around and it's not actually him. It's like this imposter. It's like this random guy who's pretending to be Preston Garvey. And he even tries to act like it. And that was one of the coolest moments in Fallout 4 for me. I was like, what the fuck? And it's never happened to me again. I've played so much. My girlfriend's played even more than I have. It's never happened to her. Like, this really rare event. But, like, it's that type of shit, you know? It's kind of like in this game, just, you know, when you find, like, a really rare piece of loot, you know? Just that moment of, like, wow, what the fuck? But in this case, it was more like, what the hell? Like, you know, like confusion, but like in the best way possible. You know, it's moments like that. And you can look up videos of like people running into random shit, even if it's like goofy as fuck, like unintended. You know, maybe these two NPCs are like just so happen to collide with each other and they're fighting, and like, you know, we all love a good goofy Bethesda moment. I mean, look at them, dude. Look up like Oblivion compilations, and that shit is full of fucking hilarious moments, man. That game is just fun. I mean, I love Oblivion for more than just that, but like, even just for the goofy moments alone, it's just fucking awesome. But yeah, like I wish Starfield, like that brings me back to what I was saying. I mean, like Starfield just doesn't have, like it might have some goofy moments, right? Like all the Bethesda games do. They have bugs, they have glitches, they have weird shit that can happen. But like, it doesn't have the interesting world like it should, you know? Even Oblivion had a more interesting world, and that game arguably has one of the least interesting worlds out of their RPGs that I've played. I mean, the towns, the cities, and the overall biomes of Cyrodiil, the vibes, the music make up for it. But really, like, that game would be nothing without that. Like, you know, the exploration is so... you know, at least in this point in time, it's so, like... And this is coming from somebody who went back and played Oblivion again, like, a couple years ago. It can be hard to get through at times. You know, like, when you're out doing, you know, just exploring, it's like... The world is kind of barren, to be honest. Again, it's the vibes and the nostalgia and... stuff like that, the occasional funny moment that kind of get you through it. You know what I mean? At least in my opinion nowadays. Maybe if you haven't played the game before, it would be better, but I've played that game so much. But like Skyrim and like, hell, even Fallout 3, which came right after, added a lot more, you know, elements to make the exploration more fun. That's where they stepped it up. I think Morrowind had a little bit more interesting exploration as well. But Oblivion, like, you know, that was actually kind of one of the weaker aspects, but that game still had better exploration than Starfield, which is kind of crazy. Because Oblivion really just consists of you running around, like, mostly open, barren environments fighting, like, an occasional enemy. I mean, you can say that about the other games, but, you know, usually in, like, after that, they've kind of learned their lesson, and there's, like, a lot more, like, unique, interesting locations and, like, things that happen. Like, hell, Fallout 3, one of the cool aspects about that game is, like, exploration is actually how you find a lot of the quests. Like, you have to actually go out and explore the map to find most of the interesting quests in that game, which is fucking cool. Not a lot of people talk about that. A lot of people hate on Fallout 3 too, which I don't fully understand, but and of course, you know, you like the random events. That's where they really kind of up the ante on that. You have all the random events and shit. Ah, fuck, I'm not even gonna make it over the fence. That's okay, just do that. And that's a world I still love to just explore, you know? Like, to this day, like, I love to just explore the wasteland in that game. Just because you never know what the fuck's gonna happen, man. You never know what you're gonna run into, what sort of wild shit you're gonna run into, man. It's so cool. And they just kept expanding upon that with, you know, each new game. Except Starfield, that game probably still has it, but it's just so far and few between, you know, because the world is so vast. There's so many planets that it's like No Man's Sky when that came out, you know. There is actual, like, good content in there that's handcrafted, that's like Bethesda, you know, like peak exploration, but it's locked behind very specific things, very specific planets. Because I think there's only like 10 handcrafted planets in that game, where the rest of them are like procedurally generated slop, you know. Slop. And again, I don't see it talked about very much, but you know, people say Skyrim's like peak with the exploration, which it is good, but Fallout 4 took it up a notch, man. You play that game and, dude, like, your first steps into that game, you're fucking running into some really cool shit, man. Like, right outside of Sanctuary in that game, there is some really cool things you can find just right away. Unmarked stuff. Hell, even the marked locations are just much more interesting. Because Oblivion, I didn't even talk about that, but like, the actual dungeons and marked locations in Oblivion are just pretty fucking boring, man. Like, because they're mostly just the same caves, the same forts, just copy and paste. Like, when you go to a cave in Oblivion, you've basically seen what all, you know, every other cave has to offer, essentially. Like, that's gonna be every other fucking cave you go into, for the most part. Like, there's the odd exception here and there. Like, during that one Thieves Guild quest, where you fight that giant slaughterfish in that little hole, like, in the, you know, a water hole. But, like, that's how, like, that's not even that crazy, you know, but that's the, you know, it does spice it up a little bit from the usual. for me, in order, you know, in order for me to really truly enjoy playing Oblivion, like if I was actually going to seriously do another playthrough, like I'd have to have mods. And that last playthrough kind of showed me that, like, it's just, the game's also very dated. I talked about that a while back, but it's very dated. It's, you know, there's certain aspects that's just like, and that's one of them, right? The exploration and the dungeons are just so like old school in a bad way. Not saying that old school level design isn't good, it's just in this case it's not good. It's like you're trying to incorporate modern systems into an old school types level design, and that doesn't work. Just it didn't work. Might have worked in Morrowind, because I mean Morrowind was also old school by itself. That game was also, you know, but Oblivion kind of came out later, man. It's like games were evolving, but Bethesda, that really just summarizes Bethesda though, you know, is like they're kind of stuck in the past. Hell, their engine is just like still the same fucking engine. Ugh. I mean, it's also part of their charm though. I mean, I love their style of games. I kind of hope they keep making, you know, they just have their own unique take on the RPG genre. And I like that, you know, I want them to keep doing that. But they also need to keep evolving it, you know, they can't completely just stagnate. Or, you know, go backwards like they did with Starfield. One step forward, two step backwards sort of thing. God, am I ever gonna find something that's really just gonna blow me away here? Come on. Give me something, man. Give me something. Doesn't even have to blow me away, just... Fuck. Wish I could get those grenades on console, those jumps. I wish they were accessible on consoles. That'd be awesome. I wish that was a thing. Let's see, I play Fallout 4 more for exploring than story. At the end, where you pick a faction, I can decide. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, that's also just Bethesda games too. I feel like, you know, a lot of people, including myself, just get caught up. You know, you have this main story, but like, you just get so distracted by everything else. Because there's so much going on. So much to attract your attention. You know, so many things to do, so many things to see. And that's what I, you know, that's one of the biggest reasons I love their games, is just that aspect, just the open world. They really nail it. They've made some of the best open worlds, in my opinion. I've also failed to mention New Vegas. New Vegas was obviously fucking phenomenal. That game also, while not having like the, you know, as much content to explore compared to like the other games, they you know, every location was interesting in that game though. New Vegas also had the benefit of having, you know, that one perk that allows for more weird shit to happen to the player. What's that called? Wild Wasteland or something? That's usually a go-to perk. I kind of wish that wasn't even a perk. I just wish that was just part of the game, but... Just because it's like, why would you not choose that? You know, it's just like, it's so cool. Jeez. Just pause the game like mid shotgun blast with that guy. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna go try out some of this stuff real quick and just see if I got a winning loadout. Going on 2 hours now, and I just want to be done with this. I want to be done farming this. So I can move on with my life, so I can move on with this playthrough properly, you know, just... Routine promontory. Alright, let's see what I got here. I have a lot of shit, stuff I still haven't even sold from before. What about this anarchy? Is that going to be any better? I'm just going to kind of try out random shit. Stinger, maybe? Fuck. I should have sold the other stuff I had before. I don't know if that masher's going to be any good. I could try it. Another stinger. Cobra. Oh yeah, triple launcher. Alright, let's try this out. I'll just leave my other stuff because it doesn't really matter. I'm just not actually going to be farming XP right now. Doing okay. Oh, that masher though, actually. Pretty decent. Not bad. What I really needed, the best way to test this stuff is to fight a badass. Oh, speaking of, see, I just get fucked up, man. I get absolutely cucked. Smasher's not too bad. What about this launcher? Fuck, of course I missed all those shots. Crazy stuff. What's up, man? What's happening? Right now I'm just testing these weapons on these Iridians. See if they're effective enough for me to farm them. And so far, it's kind of mixed results. What's this? This is the Anarchy, right? I think... Ugh, God. That's doing alright, I suppose. Jesus Christ. The problem is, alright is not going to be good enough, because in a few levels, I'm probably going to be struggling on these guys. I'm already kind of struggling, but like, imagine, like, the closer I get to level 69, like, the worse it's going to be. That's what I'm worried about, you know? That's why I want to find something, like, that will carry me through. What about that Hellfire? What about that 2.6 fire rate Hellfire? I might just give in and just use that. Fuck. What else? I found a Bulldog. I don't know how good that is. We can try it. Try some of these out, I guess. Why not? Alright, where's that Hellfire? Oh man, if I could just get a good one, dude, this would be so good. What about the Bulldog? I really don't want to kill this guy. I don't want to get the XP. I'm just trying these out. Go back in and try this. Again, this video is going to be really simple. Once I get past this part. Things will actually be able to, you know, we'll be able to move things along at a pretty rapid pace after this. But ooh, dude, that Cobra though. Oh, nice. Not bad. Damn. Okay. This is just embarrassing. Look at that. What else did I get? Did I try this one out? Savior. Fuck you. Ah, fuck. I know I'm gonna be dying here and that's okay. I'm just trying stuff out. I'm just trying not to kill things as much though because I don't want to gain too much XP, but I'm just here to test the weapons. So Cobra good. Cobra good. Bulldog, I didn't really get to try that. God, fuck these art guardians or arch guardians, whatever they're called. Fuck them though. I don't know about that. It's okay. And of course it's crashing. Fuck you, man. Normally I'd end the stream about right now, but I'm gonna keep going a little bit more. See if I get some last minute luck. I might even just start farming. I might just start doing this video. I don't know. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, it doesn't have to be super fast. I could, you know, I can edit the footage, but I know I'm being very picky about this. This is how I am. Again, this is kind of a look inside how I am with my videos. I'm very much picky about how I do things. Oftentimes, you know, taking way longer to do things because of that. Like this video would probably be done by now if I would just do this. Dude. Was this Havoc any good? I can't remember. It's okay. Roll Sniper, what about that? Just trying things. I think the Cobra is our best bet here actually for this for that. I think we got another weapon we can stick with. So Lightning Justice, that was good. We know that was good. Maybe the Masher. And then the Anarchy was the other Anarchy that was, I think, better. I'm just gonna scroll down here. This is easier. This one. And then the Cobra. Oops. What's up here? Fuck. Oh my god. Oh boy. Dude, that Cobra though. Holy shit. I wasn't thinking this thing was actually going to be as powerful as it is on these guys. Wow, look at that. That is... And I have this thing, which is really good as well. Oh Oh shit. As you can see, just fucking shit up. I'm gonna do a little bit more farming, and then I'm actually gonna attempt this. I'm gonna attempt this. Do a run of farming. See how it goes. Even if I end up having to come back and farm more weapons later, that's fine. Alright. Baghdad's still mine. I also vendor hop a little bit too, I could try that out, but this really is just the best way of farming. That I know of right now. I'm sure there might be other ways, but this is the best method that's been working for me in this current moment. We got another crux. Like, all I want is a good fire rate Hellfire. It could be shit parts, I don't care. Just give me a good fire one. That's all I want. Or even yeah, an Orion, but I don't know. You guys might end up having to deal with one more stream of this stuff. I know I said I was gonna do some brains farming at the end of this. I don't know if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, the very least I'd do one more, or the very most I'd do one more stream of this, and then I'd actually just either give up on it or just fucking go for it, you know? Because I don't want to keep doing this. This mini adventure is not so fun. It's just like, I'm so close, you know? I'm so close. Every time I open these chests and I get like some good shit, like some purples and stuff, I'm just like so close to getting the thing that I want. But it's just not quite, you know, not quite. Violator. At least I've been getting some, you know, cool drops, I guess, sort of. Like that Unforgiven earlier was pretty neat. I mean, most of them are just not, you know, they're kind of trash. You know, most of the stuff I've been finding, like the legendaries, but still some cool finds, you know, regardless. Because, I mean, that shit's pretty rare. Like, finding an Unforgiven, just a chest like that, just like in Headstone Mine, of all places. Anyway, how's your guys' nights going? If anybody's watching, I don't know if people are sticking around for this. I don't blame you guys for moving on, to be honest, but for those of you who are sticking around, I wanna thank you. Because again, I know this isn't the most interesting thing. Ooh, wow, look at that. That's pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty right there. I'm gonna take a Steam screenshot of that. That's kind of cool. Kind of Anaconda might actually be helpful. Maybe, I don't know. Only with shock, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe it'll come in handy. Getting two legendaries like that in one chest, again, just in Headstone Mine of all places. Pretty cool. Ooh, and a destroyer in the next chest. Wow. Once again, not very good. A lot of these drops aren't very good, but it's the fact that we're getting them at all is awesome. Especially like, damn, Destroyer, dude. Wow, what a run so far. Any legendaries in this one? Oh, that would have been sick, dude. Imagine if it was like one more legendary or something out of that chest. Just all 3 chests would have had a legendary. That'd be cool. That would have been cool. Ah, just give me a good shock weapon. Trying to think, like, outside of the Orion, what other legendaries would be good? Like, you know, that have the shock element. I mean, there's plenty that can spawn with the shock element, but... Oh, there it is! There it is! I mean, it's decent. It's 8.3 fire rate. That I will take. I will take that. I will happily take that. Yes! Yes! That is a fucking... That's that fire rate on that thing. Nice. Look at that, though. Hell yes! Finally! Oh my god. I will take that. And I will run with it. Holy shit. I can't believe I actually found one with a decent fire rate. Like I said, I'll take it. It's way better than the 2.6 fire rate that I found on the other one. They should actually I think this will work. I think we might be able to do this. Maybe. I don't know. I might be you know, what's the words? Like, I'm just might be thinking that the whole fire is going to be, you know, more effective than it's actually going to be on these guys, but I don't know. The Hellfire is usually a pretty good weapon, you know, for the most part against most enemies in this game. I know the Iridians are, you know, they're more vulnerable to the shock damage, but still, I think this thing with a good enough fire rate can fuck them up. So we'll try it out. I know the other one didn't really do much, but we'll try this out. Let's also try out that Anaconda that we got. There's that Hellfire. Hell yeah. Look at this loadout, though. What I'm talking about. Try out the Anaconda first. See how that does. Dude, that is so exciting, man. Suddenly I feel rejuvenated. Look at that. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Alright, we got a super bad over here. I don't know, that could be doing more damage. Let's try this out. Okay, yeah, I'm probably overestimating the power of this gun right now on these fuckers, because this is actually doing jack shit. Holy fuck, that is like barely denting them. Oh my god. What about you, small fry? That is laughable. That damage is laughable. It's okay on these little guys, I guess. Really, that's not doing much. Man. Fuck, well there goes that. I don't know why I thought the whole fire was going to be good. I really just thought it would just tear these guys up, but it really is not doing that much. Still a cool find though, but damn, that's unfortunate. But actually, that really is, I mean, the anarchy that I had was actually better than that. What about this masher? Was that any good? Which masher was better? This masher? Oh fuck, I didn't mean to drop it. I need to compare it. I actually think the tall one's maybe a little better. This one has slightly more damage. Not by much, though. What about like one of these? Fuck, I want to go down. God damn it. Damn it, dude. Here I was, I got my hopes up, dude. I was like, fuck. It's still, like I said, it's still cool that I found that though, but damn it. I'm a little disappointed at the performance. I should have expected that even after just using the 2.6 fire one, which was laughably bad. Like, I should have expected, because even that like should have done more damage, you know? I should have just, like I said, expected it. What else do I have? Just trying some stuff out, seeing if I maybe missed anything. Did I already use the intense cobra? Ugh, laughable, laughable. The stinger I think was okay. Wait, where's this? Where'd this masher come from? Did I try that one out? That triple rocket launcher doesn't do that much. I think it would, but it doesn't. That's, yeah, not bad. How's it fare on the big guy though? Fuck you, bitch. Ah. Cobra's actually pretty damn effective. Let's see, what was my winning combo? I was gonna do the Anaconda. Was that? I don't know if that was any good. Was it? I don't know. I think we're gonna do let's see. Just go through this. Where's that anarchy? We're gonna use that. And then what was the other thing? Was it one of the mashers? I think it was. Did I try this? I can't remember. This, oops. This Crux, I don't know if I did. That guy's already almost dead though, so. Jesus. I wonder if I need to farm for a better shield. I know right now I have the Mortal, but it doesn't really give me a... You know, that's not the shield I'm actually going to be using. Alright, well, we're just gonna try this, man. We're just gonna try this out, I think. Wait, I have another one of these. I didn't even notice that. Ooh, that one's a little better. What about on these guys? Does that do okay? Jesus Christ. This is gonna be fucking bitch. Okay, I think we're gonna try this. I think. Oh god. Ah. I'm gonna do, you know what, I'm gonna do a little bit more farming, just a little bit more, and then I'll try it. Just because I was, you know, when I found that Hellfire, I thought that would be the winning ticket, you know, but I was wrong. So I'm gonna keep doing this just a little more, just a few more runs. In hopes that I find something else. Because I'm still determined to find something. I've got a decent loadout though, as we've established. I've got, you know, something that will suffice for now, but again, it's like I'm a little bit worried about in the long run. Like once I get closer to level 69, once I get closer to max level, I'm probably gonna have to farm again. Because it's just, that is, again, this loadout is, it's decent, you know, but decent's not good enough. Just to make it all the way through, you know. I just want to find something that'll make it so I can just go all the way through, just beginning to end, from beginning to end, in one go, rather than have to, you know, come back here and farm again. Another crux, jeez. But we might just have to deal. We might just have to deal. It's looking like we might have to deal. Hadoukens, how you doing, man? This looks intense. Yeah, I'm making it intense. I'm making it more stressful than it really needs to be. But that's just me for you. That's just how I do things. How are you doing though, man? It's great to have you. Thanks for coming in. Oh god, why does it do that? But really, I just might have to deal, man. I might have to, you know, this just might have to suffice. Lightning shotgun. I could also farm for some other comms. Maybe I can find a better comm. Oh, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm doing pretty well. A little annoyed right now just because of this, you know, what I've been doing. Hasn't worked out as you know, as well as I've hoped so far, but yeah, you know, I mean, I've been making the most of it, you know, and just still enjoying myself. This is a hell of a lot more enjoyable on stream than off stream. I was doing this off stream earlier and I was fucking bored out of my mind. I was like trying to listen to some music. Which, speaking of, let's switch it up. I'm gonna switch. I'm still gonna leave it on North Exit, but I'm gonna switch to the other album, Rabid Technology. Just to mix it up a bit, you know? Oops. What am I doing? I know you guys have been listening to the same fucking song for the last 2.5 hours. We'll try this one, just to mix it up. What am I doing? I don't enjoy this album as much as Synthetic Emotions, but it's still good. More dark synth, which is nice, but Synthetic Emotions is out of the albums that I've listened to from North Exit is the best one. Let me know if the volume needs to be adjusted though, by the way, on the music. I'm always shocked by the way you play Borderlands. Never knew this game had this layer of challenge to it. Yeah. Really? Yeah, the Borderlands... it's pretty deep game. Especially this one. Oh boy. Like, I mean, if you just look at the... I feel like it's a little too loud. I might turn it down just a titch, actually. I just feel like this album's a little louder than the other one. At least on my end. Just like that. But yeah, just like the weapons and like the part system alone in this game is... There's so much depth to it, dude. It's crazy. Do 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 do. Especially when you add mods into the mix, you know, it just adds even more, you know. Like the two mods that I'm rocking right now, the Arsenal and the Iridian Weapons Overhaul. They really add so much more to this game. Add like hundreds, if not thousands, of new weapons and items. I don't even know like how many, you know, items you can get with the Iridian Overhaul. I'm sure it's definitely well in the hundreds. But I'm sure there's a lot of different combinations. Because it really just adds a whole new weapon, like it expands an already existing weapon type, and essentially turns it into like the other weapon types in terms of just the depth, the sheer depth. You know, it's not just like, oh, here's an Iridian weapon that's like, you know, it's, you know, just like a unique weapon or a legendary, you know, like, because that's really all they come in, is just unique and legendary varieties in the base game. But with the mod, like, it turns them into like an actual proper weapon type. Like you can find, you know, white, green, blue, purple, legendary pearlescent variations, and they come in all sorts of different parts and combinations, just like all the other kind of, you know, weapons do in this game. Non-unique legendary weapons. I mean, of course it does add new unique, or yeah, unique and legendary and pearlescent weapons, but yeah, there's a lot. lot of content, and this is just scratching the surface. Dude, mods for this game are so underrated. Like, I don't feel like a lot of people know about them, and they're so worth checking out. Like, even just the Arsenal and the Iridian Overhaul by themselves are, and they work like perfect together. They're actually meant to work together. So if you ever, you know, were to check out mods for this game, highly recommend checking out those two mods because they expand on this game so much. And all they do is add new weapons and items, but like, there's so many to find, and they're all so fun. I mean, look, this one I've been using, basically, that's allowing me to like fly around. This neutrino right here, this is from the Arsenal, and yeah, a lot of them have just really cool effects. Ooh, another stinger. And what's nice is that they're really well balanced as well. Like, they're not, you know, there is some overpowered ones in there, but for the most part, they fit right in with the base game, you know, in terms of, you know, like stats and whatnot. Again, there are certain exceptions, but you also got to remember this game, even just the base game, has some really broken, overpowered weapons. Like the Hellfire, which, you know, it's not so effective against Iridians as we've established, but outside of Iridians, like, it fucks up most everything else. Like, if I was using that same Hellfire on these bandits, I would be tearing through them, dude. But there's so many more mods as well. Like, the modding scene for this game actually just in like the last year just got even bigger. Like, it used to, you know, we used to think that like this game was done. Like, in terms of like modding, like the possibilities were kind of like, you know, there wasn't really much more that people could really do. But that's actually been greatly expanded upon in the last year, man. People have been able to do some crazy shit. Like, for a while, the only way to obtain the new weapons from these, like from the Arsenal and the Iridian Overhaul, is to kill enemies. Like, that was the only way to get stuff, you know, because for the longest time, for basically ever since I think last year or the year before, you couldn't add these custom weapons to, like, you know, to, for example, any of the chests in any of the maps, like in the base game. Like, you know, you can add them to custom maps or copy those vanilla maps and make them a custom map, but you couldn't just edit the base maps of this game. So you couldn't really tinker with them and, you know, add your own custom flavoring, you know. But that changed, and now people are able to do that. So now we're getting custom, you know, those custom weapons in, you know, you can get them from other sources like chests and whatnot, not just from enemies like it used to be, which is so cool. And that was never thought to be possible. Like, within the base game. Because, again, there were workarounds, but it was, like, kind of, you know, it was... At the end of the day, you know, it was still, like, a custom map that you'd have to be playing on. Even if it's just the same, like, vanilla map, but it's just copy-pasted into a custom map. Like, you couldn't actually just edit the actual base map, if that makes sense. I don't know if what I'm saying is making any fucking sense. I'm trying to explain it. But you were basically, what I'm saying is you're very limited, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of how you'd actually get this stuff. And I can't really show that right now because I'm still sticking with the old format. Like, I'm just killing enemies to get the stuff. And that's just because I'm waiting for an update to the arsenal that actually is compatible with the said mod. The said mod being editable base maps. That's the one that lets people edit the base maps. Which is also one I would highly recommend checking out, but I wouldn't check out if you have if you're planning on using the arsenal, at least not until the arsenal has been updated. I'd keep those two far away from each other, which is something I learned the hard way. Because you know, otherwise you're going to get a lot of crashing. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if the flying was a Mordecai special. Yeah, it's essentially just this this grenade mod, which not only throws me up in the air, but like, look, if I throw it at enemies, it also launches them. I don't know if you've noticed that. And you can pull off some sick, like, you know, fucking shit like that. It's fun. And that's just one of the items, one of the many unique items that you can find. There's one that spawns in friendly, like, AI helpers that have custom voice lines, one of them actually being voiced by me. That have, like, over, like, 200 lines of dialogue. There's one that, like, causes all sorts of fucking mayhem, which I think... Do I still have that? Yeah, the null. This thing can, like, pretty much do all sorts of things, man. Like, it can cause a laser to, like, come out of it. It can cause zombies to spawn from a portal. It can cause various enemies to spawn when you shoot. It could do all sorts of shit. Like, it can heal you. It can cause you to regenerate ammo. Like, it's insane. And that's just one of the weapons. It goes on and on. Like, the hailstorm right here, this thing, I can show you real quick, actually. It's hard to kind of showcase. Hopefully I can, maybe if I do like this. I don't know if, I mean, you can hear the custom sound effect, but it basically, this thing just fucking, like, is a mortar. And I can't really show it off here very well. I'm trying to just show off the actual... Of course there's shit blocking it. But anyway, like, it splits up, you know, it's like this one projectile, and then it splits off, you know, and then blows up everything around it. It has, look, as you can see, it has not only a custom sound, but it has custom skin that's animated. This game can have animated skins. Look how sexy that is. This is the arsenal, by the way. Thundercloud, that's another one. Like, watch this. Shoot it up in the air. Causes, I mean, look at that. Just like this electricity just bouncing randomly. You know, like this chain lightning that goes through the sky. It's fucking awesome. And, of course, it has a cool skin on it as well. Yeah. Just a couple examples for you. And the Iridian overall also has a lot of cool shit, too. I wish I had more Iridians to show off right now. I have one or two, but it's kind of hard to show them off. It's current moment. Let's see. What was I going to pull back out? What was I even using? It was the Cobra. How long have I been going for? Man, almost 3 hours. Jeez. Wonder if Gearbox released the code for modders. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they figured it out, to be honest. I really have no idea. You're gonna have to ask them, because it's like, that shit flies, you know, it goes right over my head. I really don't know the ins and outs of this game, like some people do, but... It's a pretty cyberpunk Cyberpunk snakeskin rocket you got there. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool looking. Really unique looking for sure. God, man. I really think I am gonna end up having to do one more stream of this shit. At this point. I am gonna have to wrap this up soon. And that's okay. Again, at most, I want to do one more. And then, hopefully, during that same stream, I'll also just record the footage. I'm thinking I'll do that either this weekend or next weekend. We'll just see. I might also do a little bit more off-stream farming as well over this weekend. Just do this shit, just what I've been doing here. Just so I can hopefully, you know, save you guys the... You know, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is. Just save you guys from having to watch this. So I can get a move on, you know, get a move on with this playthrough. I really hate to tag, you know, I really hate to say that I'm continuing this Mordecai playthrough in these, but I technically am. Like, I technically am. I'm gaining experience, I'm gaining progression, getting weapons, like, in a way, I technically am doing that. Just not in the way that I really wish I was, but I'm not really doing any quests or anything like that. I would label the streams differently. I want them to stay consistent, you know, with the rest of the playthrough, because again, I am technically making some sort of progression on this character. Excuse me. Comment you never thought you'd make about the cyberpunk snakeskin thing. Fuck, man. These guys just shooting at me. It's getting old. Alright, guys, I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I'll do one more run. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, though. Regardless. I tried to keep it fun. I tried. There's only so much I could do, you know, when I'm doing shit like this. The entire stream. Only so much I can actually do to keep it fun and engaging. But I tried. Ugh. Nobody wants that. Doing great. Glad to hear it, man. Or are you saying, like, you know, the stream is great? I don't know. Regardless, though, happy to hear it. All right, one more run. One more run. Fuck. It's like I can't stop. It's like that feeling when you're like fighting a boss in like a Souls game and you're like, you start doing it and you just don't want to stop. You just want to beat it. You know, you want to fucking like, at least that's how it is for me. Like once I start doing that, like once I start fighting something in that game and I just keep dying to it or whatever, like I just want to keep doing that. Like I want to keep, you know, I want to beat the fucking boss. Like that's kind of how I feel. Like the boss though is just RNG right now. It's all in, it's all RNG based. There's not really much I can do about it. But that determination is still there. And it's eating away at me. It's eating away. Oh my god. That's why I've been going for like, what, almost 3 hours now. I would have wrapped it up at 2 hours, the 2 hour mark. But I've just been fucking determined, man. Reminds me of that one stream when I was, I think it was like fighting the Orphan of Cause and Bloodborne for like 8 hours. It's way longer than I normally go for in my streams, but I was determined. I didn't kill him in that 8 hour stream. Of course I killed him like the fucking, like, what, second try in the next stream after that though? Which is kind of sad, and, you know? If you think about it, but what can I say? I mean, when I get invested in something, I get invested, you know? And I'm gonna be thinking about this. I'm gonna be thinking about this all weekend. Till it's done. Which is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because yeah, you know, I've got the determination to see it through, but at the same time it's like, you know, it's like almost like an obsession. You know, I don't know if anybody can relate with that, but that's how it is for me. Yeah, exactly. Once you're in a groove, it's hard to stop. Exactly. Like once you get the ball rolling, getting it to stop is a whole other beast. Like, the only thing that'll satisfy me is once I accomplish this. Like, it's very hard for me to pry myself away from something and, like, give up. Like, you know, when I'm determined. That's, like, I think that's some, like, ADHD shit. Like, hyperfixations and stuff. Like, I mean, I know that's kind of part of it. But, can I just stop aiming? I hate how it does that. Be like that sometimes, much like a puzzle you take hours on, beat it the next day, first try. I know. It's like, that sums up my Bloodborne Orphan of Cause run. Like, I spent like 8 hours doing attempts just for the next day, just beat it second try, I think. It was like the second or third try or something like that. It was relatively quick. Can this controller not do that? I'm gonna buy a new controller tonight, I think. I think I'm gonna do that. If I'm not too tired. I'm pretty tired. I'm hungry and I'm tired. That's another reason I need to leave off. I didn't get much sleep last night. It's kind of a miracle I'm even streaming today. Honestly. That's the power of coffee for you. Thanks for coming in and hanging out, Hadoukens, by the way, man. It's been good to chat with you. And I know I mentioned it last time, but it is really great to see you've stuck around, you know what I mean, after all these years. You're one of the few people I feel like stuck around from the, you know, Man vs. Game, Sour Kool-Aid Show days over on Twitch. Back when I was, you know, doing the parodies and the, you know, on DP stream and stuff. Wonder how Man vs. Game is doing. I know he's yeah, I don't think he's streamed for like 2 years now at this point. I think he's done. I think he's moved on. Which is probably for the best, you know, considering, you know, the fact that he, like, you could tell he was ready. He was done for a while there. Like, he would constantly make comments about like how he's just done with streaming. So I think we all knew it was coming. I mean, maybe he'll show up again eventually, but and I'm not hating. I'm not hating. I'm just you know, yeah. Like I'd rather him do what he's, you know, obviously most happy doing, and if that means not streaming anymore, then, you know, yeah. Because he just obviously just wasn't happy streaming. I don't think. I think it kind of just got to him. Kind of wore him down. But at the same time, being a fan, you know, it kind of sucks because it's like, man, you know, I kind of miss his streams. Thankfully, that, you know, you can go back and watch a lot of his old content. Was it? There's like a YouTube channel that archives all of his old streams. It's still archiving his streams, by the way. Big shout out to them. Don't remember the name of the channel, but it's like Man vs. Game Archive or something. I don't know, but yeah, if you're a fan, you should follow that channel because they're still like, you know, archiving. Like, I think eventually they're probably gonna have all of his streams just archived on the YouTube, on the channel, which is really cool. So whoever's working that, whoever's running that is it's got some dedication, that's for sure. Speaking of dedication and determination, damn. Oh, dude, yeah, Radon, Consort Radon, dude, fuck. That by far is the hardest boss that I've fought in any of From Software's games. Oh my god, that took me days, dude. It took me forever. I thought Melania was hard, which she was. She took forever too. But Radon, oh my god. I'm glad they nerfed him, I'm gonna be honest. I was the one who, you know, one of the people who fought him pre-nerf, but I'm glad, you know, because I think he was a little too strong. And I know there's a lot of, like, From Software fucking, you know, fanboys would be like, well, you know, you just need to get good, you know, type of shit, you know, but, and I'm a huge From Software, you know, fanboy, but, even I know, like, limits. I'm like, damn, that shit's like, that's too hard. Yeah, the unofficial Man vs. Game video archive. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Whoever's running that, I don't know who it is, but they're still uploading. They're still posting stuff. I've been noticing that. I've actually been even watching some of the stuff. It's a good way to watch some of those old streams. Easier to sort over here on YouTube, you know, rather than on Twitch. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, man, as well. He's gone. He doesn't have any fun having any fun anymore. You could tell. Yeah, it does suck. I miss the streams as well. It's like, you know, he was definitely next to Sour Kool-Aid Show, one of my favorite streamers. But again, it's like, ooh, it is for the best, you know. I think he's probably better off, you know, not doing it, because there's actually a lot of streamers like, you know, who are just in his, you know, kind of wearing his shoes, except they are still streaming. They're still going. And they're not happy, and they're progressively falling further and further down. You see that, like I've seen that, and but they just keep going because they just don't want to move on, you know. But you know, you got to take pride in the fact, like you got to admire the fact that, like, you know, he was able to do that. I mean, I might disagree with the way that he maybe approached it. You know, there is a little bit of part of me that's like, you know, maybe he could have approached leaving Twitch in a, you know, better manner, right? Like, instead of just radio silence. But the fact he did it at all is actually kind of crazy. Because again, a lot of people just... they just stick around, you know, despite being miserable. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Oh, almost didn't make that. Would you spin the block for Lilith? What? Ooh. Torg Stinger. That might actually be the winning piece here. I was looking for a Torg Stinger or Torg Anarchy. That would be really good too. Spin the block, was that like some sort of sexual thing? Does that have some sort of sexual meaning? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Is that like slang for something? Like, fuck. Spin the block for the lift. I don't know what the fuck that means. You're gonna have to tell me what that means. I was pre-nerfed too. It was insane anime level difficulty. I know. It was nuts, man. They let you use torrent for the Elden Ring, the Elden Beast now. Really? I didn't know about that. That's interesting. Not sure how to feel about that. Ooh, an Atlas Matcher. Okay, I'm gonna try these out, and then I'm gonna cut it, I think. I'm gonna try these out though. I did not know about that. That's interesting. Yeah, again, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't really like the Elden Beast just because I mean, it's a cool boss, like as far as the concept, but like what I hate about it specifically actually is the fact that it's a, you know, like you fight Radon, or not Radon, fuck. Who's the other guy you fight at the end of the game? What's the other guy right before the Elden Beast? Can't remember. Anyway, you fight that boss, and then it just throws you right into the Elden Beast without a checkpoint. So, you know, and that sucks because the Elden Beast is a bitch. Like, it's just... And not really for the best reasons. Like, More for like the wrong reasons. Kind of a cheap boss. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know about them adding, you know, letting you use torrents. In a way, it makes sense because again, the boss fight is so like part of it is just you fucking running at the boss. Like actually a decent portion is you just chasing the fucking boss down because you know running at him basically. From what I remember, but yeah, I feel like that does make it a lot easier because using torrents like on other bosses in the game, like the dragons, makes them easier, in my opinion. At least with the setup that I had, which was like the guts kind of greatsword setup. I just did the generic strength build, you know. I wasn't very exciting with my first playthrough. Radigan, yes, Radigan. Like they follow up Radigan with the Elden Beast, and it's like, ugh. They should have just ended it with Radigan. That would have been great. But no, then if they throw the Elden Beast at you, and they don't give you a checkpoint, so if you die to the Elden Beast, which you're more than likely to, because it's kind of cheap, then you have to fight Radigan again. Which, oh my god. So I don't know. You gotta take consistent breaks from streaming. Burn out quick, yeah. I know that. And I'm over here, I don't even stream a lot, but like hell, just a few weeks ago when I streamed like 3 times in 1 week, I felt the burnout just from that. I can't imagine doing what Man vs. Game did like for mostly every day for like 8+ hours, sometimes going way past that. Remember when he used to do crazy long streams? Like he'd be known for like doing like 24-hour plus streams. I think one time he did like a 72-hour stream. 72-hour long, or was it like 48 hours? I don't remember, but it was something insane. It might have been 80 hours, which is, I mean, I know he was doing like, he was on drugs there. That's how he was able to pull that off, but like, holy fuck. That was crazy. I'm glad he was able to, yeah, get sober and stuff. And that he, limited himself with the streaming. Like, he still did long streams, but like, yeah, gone were the days of like 24-hour plus streams for the most part, I think. Yeah. That would happen on like a regular basis. Okay, so let's see. What do we got here? I have this new masher. We'll try that out. What else did I find? I found... let's see, where's Torgat? The Stinger. Yes. Okay. This might be a winning loadout. Let's see. Ooh, and that fire rates. Oh, this is a super bad. I think we found it. I think we found it. This is just the masher. Oh my gods. Oh my god, I think we found it, guys. I think we got the key. We found the ideal setup. The Stinger could be better. Man, if only if this was an Anarchy, that would make this even better. This would be really good if this was an Anarchy. Not bad, but it's not great either. Honestly, some of the... Honestly, the Anarchies that I already have might even be better than this. This is a little bit disappointing. With that masher, though... This masher... Like, that fire rate... Look at that, and the damage? Really, all that leaves is just this last weapon slot to fill. How's this Raven? Probably not that special. It's okay. Why do I keep sorting it like that? Was this the best one? This one has a lot more damage though. Fire, that's a stinger, never mind. Wasn't this stinger better? Actually, this stinger might even be better. Fuck, I'm gonna die, that's okay. That's fine. Why do I keep doing that? Alright, it's gonna be something like that, I think. I think it's gonna be something like that. We'll try this a little bit more for a second. The CP monster, which I just realized your name, that's a little concerning. I don't know if CP means what I think it means, but yeah, dude, the stuff you're saying, I don't fully understand. Have I ever smoked? Yes, technically. I vaped a little bit before. That's about it, briefly. The masher be mashing, I know. Alright, so I'm actually... Oh, shit, I just realized... Fuck, hold on. Retry that. Cut. I gotta switch my shield and make sure I have everything vanilla right now. I'm still rocking custom gear. My voice. Strained for some reason. Okay. Nope, so now I was farming this chest without the right class mod on. Oh well, I meant to have this one on, or this one, because it increases rare items. Oh well, that's okay. Transfusion. And the shield. Alright, here we go. Try a semi-run of this. Get these fucking guys in the sky out of the way. They're priority, actually. Oh god. Super bad already. Fantastic. Honestly, the masher might be more effective on these guys, to be honest, than this thing, which is surprising. Fuck you, man. Bloodwing, help me out. Look at that XP. I'm getting so much and I've barely done this. Ah, shit. Okay, where's these flying fuckers? Where's the Cobra? Snap them. Oh my god. Dude, I'm getting fucked right now. Fuck! I probably could have a better shield. I don't know. Fuck you, man. You should smoke weed and play this. It'll feel completely new. Fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy. Fuck, man. I don't know. It's looking like I might need a different shields. Ah, God. Alright, guys. I'm going to leave off here. I've been going for too long. But it's looking like I mostly have everything that I want. So I think next time I might just do a little bit more, like just farming for like a shield, a better shield, and then probably vendor hop. And then I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fucking do this. So we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this video done in the next stream. Thinking either this weekend or next weekend. It might be next weekend. We'll just see though. I might do another one this weekend. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for coming in, watching me do this shit for like almost 3.5 hours. I'm pretty exhausted, needless to say. There's only so much of this I can do before my brain is fried. So I want to thank you guys for watching, hanging out, coming in. It's really great talking to you guys, shooting the shit. And yeah, you all have a good nights and take care, and I will see you all on the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.